I think the most interesting finding is that Pakistan is set to have the largest number of Muslims of any country in the world 20 years from now. It's currently number 2 behind Indonesia, but over the next 20 years, Pakistan is projected to add 70 million Muslims. That'll make it the largest Muslim country in the world. India will remain number 3. Now, we don't think of India as being a Muslim country particularly. It's 13% Muslim, rising to about 15% Muslim over the next 20 years. But because it's such an enormous country, that means it will have the 3rd largest Muslim population in the world. In fact, about 1 in 10 Muslims in the entire world live in India. China has the same sort of population pattern as India. It's not very Muslim at all. It's about 2% Muslim. But because it is such an enormous country, that 2% Muslim means 30 million Muslims living there, more than that puts it in the top 30 worldwide.
And how will Europe change in the next 2 decades?
The changes in Europe are very interesting, Christy. 2 countries that have had a great deal of friction around their Muslim communities have been Belgium and France. Both of them have imposed legal restrictions banning the burqa, the Muslim head covering for women's faces. Both of those countries are predicted to go over 10% Muslim in the next 20 years. But Europe as a whole, there's this talk of Eurabia, that Europe is being swamped by Muslims. And this report says very clearly that is not true. 20 years from now, Europe is expected to be about 8% Muslim. It's not the case that any country is heading towards anything like a Muslim majority. Christy?
And what about the United States? Will the Muslim population continue to grow there?
Yes, it will. The population is going to more than double in the United States, according to the Pew Forum. 20 years from now, the U.S. is expected to have about 6.3 million Muslims. Now, that's still a pretty small percentage of the population. It's less than 2%, so that would make them comparable to Jews or Episcopalians in the United States today.
And overall, is the Muslim share of the global population on the rise compared to other religions?
Yes, it is, and that's one of the clear findings here. 20 years ago, about 1 in 5 people around the world was Muslim. 20 years from now, the figure is going to be closer to 1 in 4. In fact, it'll be slightly over 1 in 4. But the Pew Forum points out the rate of growth is slowing. And this is happening across all populations. People are getting older, people are having fewer children per family. That's true of Muslims as well. But because there are so many Muslims of childbearing age, it's going to take longer to slow down with that population than with the world as a whole.